If love is one of life's greatest mysteries, then you want the best detective on the case. Okay, so maybe I'm not the Sherlock Holmes of relationships yet, but it's only a matter of time. After all, there's something I know that most people don't. Love is amazing, frustrating, and often complicated. But what it isn't is magic. It's science. Love is facial symmetry, body proportions, and hormones. It's sizing up the person in front of us in seconds, looking for the right combination of physical features and personality traits we want to pass on to our future children. Love is nothing more than our brains doing math. And unsurprisingly, some people need more help than others. That's what my great-aunt Rose tells me anyway, and she's one of the best, or if you ask her, the best, matchmakers you'll find outside of Asia. For her, love comes down to the numbers: height, weight, sun and lunar signs, your family's lineage, how much money you make, what zip code you live in, even how many exes you have. All of those things matter when you're looking for your soulmate, the one person who is supposed to be your better half and complete your world. I'm not so sure about the last part, but that's a discussion for another day. I admit, I'm still new to this whole love thing. The closest I've come was watching my brother James fall for his girlfriend Liza last summer. Auntie Rose said she knew it was a good match because he went through her 4 stages of love: confusion, denial, fear, and concession. Considering James hasn't stopped smiling since they met, I suggested happiness be added as the 5th, but Auntie Rose dismissed it, saying I still have a lot to learn. Nonetheless, I do come from a distinguished line of skilled mathematicians, and there's no doubt I've inherited the matchmaking talent. Several of my friends would still be dating Netflix if it wasn't for me. Last year, Auntie Rose decided it was time I start training to take my place as the next generation of matchmakers in the family. In fact, she loves recounting that at just 6 years old, I pointed to a groomsman and a bridesmaid at a wedding and predicted they would get married. How much of this is true is up for debate, but she's certain it was a sign of things to come. According to her, all I need is a little time to nurture my matchmaking talent. That's why I've been spending my Saturdays at Rose and Jade, the Asian import and souvenir shop Auntie Rose owns in Chinatown. This weekend, however, I'm at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I need to choose a painting to critique for my art history project. It counts for 40% of the final grade, and I need an A if I want to stay in the top 1% of our class. I walk into the first room of the old European Masters wing. Cream-colored walls are lined with oil paintings of all sizes, framed in gold and lit by soft light overhead. Despite the beauty around me, I'm immediately drawn to the well-dressed pair of visitors standing in front of a painting of a fox hunt. The two must have come together. They're standing shoulder to shoulder, though there's always distance between their bodies. The woman stares up at the piece of art, pointing at one of the figures on horseback as she says something to the man. He leans toward her, closing the gap ever so slightly. The woman continues talking, completely oblivious to the fact that the only thing he's admiring is her. I wonder if I should say something. Nope, bad idea. Only Auntie Rose can pull off walking up to random strangers to offer her services so easily. I would say she's charismatic, but I suspect it's also the shock of being stared down by a 5'1" elderly Asian woman wielding a designer bag in one hand and her business card in the other. "You're doing it again, G." I drag my gaze over to my best friend, Kyle. "Doing what?" "You know what," he answers, cocking his brow. "That squinty thing you do with your eyes when you're playing matchmaker." He proceeds to imitate the supposed gesture, pursing his lips while narrowing his eyes like he's forgotten his glasses. That is, if he needed them. Unlike me, who inherited my family's tendency to go nearsighted in high school, Kyle sees perfectly well, especially from his 6-foot vantage point. First of all, I don't play matchmaker. I take it very seriously. Second of all, I do not squint at people. That's rude, I retort.